Yo, 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 we're back. 20 Talk 20. I'm your boy, B.
Hey, it's Steph D'Arco.
It's your boy, Dre.
That's your boy, King Kareem.
Hold on. I should have opened up for you. This guy right here, he doesn't need to be announced. 6'2", looking beautiful. My boy, King Kareem. Yeah, the people want to ask you, yo, where the hell have you been, my friend?
Yo, just grinding, man. Grinding, work, doing my thing, man. That's it. That's that night shift life.
Gotcha.
You come home and you black out in the sun. That's it.
Damn. Look, man, the people, they just need your energy, man. So we want to be here every week. You know what I mean?
I'm going to try.
Let's get into what we need to get into. We're so excited. Somebody's kind of upset, but that's another question that we're going to ask them down the line. But one thing that we do know, me and King Kareem is Star Wars fanatics. That's an absolute facts. And with that being said, Obi-Wan Kenobi is finally through, man. So I'll kick it off real quick. Everything that transpired so far with Star Wars, all the shows, has been spot on, right? So all they're doing is middle shows. Everything's in the middle. Like, well, this is happening now. This is happening now. This is happening now. They're just putting and completing everything that they could possibly can with each character that's somewhat important, right? Obi-Wan Kenobi, we've been missing this forever. You know what I mean? So first and foremost, do you like it? Don't rate it, but do you like it? Let's start with the answer.
Like it, not love it. Just so far, I like it. I mean, it's still new, so I didn't love it yet.
I like it.
Okay. What makes you just like it, though? What makes you not say, oh, I need this?
I like it because so far, they've done a great continuation of the story. You know what I mean? So, I definitely, 10 years after, Order 66, you know what I mean? And with it's you can see the darkness and the sadness of the world and how the portrayal of what's going on in the Empire or whatever the case may be. And it's just a great pickup from where they left off. And the way they just stick it in there in the middle of the whole story is just really good.
Okay, Oracle.
I have mixed reviews because I am a new Star Wars fan, so I'm just starting to get into the gist of it. So for me, I'm confused about the storyline. So I have to go back and forth and saying, okay, where does the story pick up? How does it pick up? Where do I know from here? So we all were waiting for the big scene between Darth Vader and Obi-Wan Kenobi, the reunion. So that was the one thing that I was like, okay, this is a setup. This is where we're waiting to see this. So that was an exciting scene to see. But I'm trying to remember from the last movie from where it picked up, where King Kareem was talking about that it picks up 10 years later. So from that point, where was Kenobi all this time? He was hiding.
Yeah, they're all hiding.
Everybody's hiding, yeah.
Everybody's hiding, but I didn't realize he was hiding and looking after Luke. Right?
Yeah.
So
he was overlooking Luke. He wasn't actually
protecting him, yeah.
He was overwatching him. So I didn't even know that was that even an indication, or was that anything in the story or said anywhere in any of the movies that was where he was doing?
Before she died, she said
absolutely.
Protect him.
No, but was it something? It was talked about, but was it seen? That's what I'm saying. When?
Yeah. When she was dying. Yeah.
Okay.
When Natalie Portman's character was dying,
right?
She pulled him because she knew that Qui-Gon died and everybody's dying, so she pulled him to the side, protect them, please protect him. She whispered into his ear,
right?
And that's what he's doing. So
I think what Oracle's talking about is the actual part when in that last movie, Return of the Sith, when he took one baby, he brought them to a family. He basically told them the situation. Look. When he becomes somewhat an adult, I'm going to have to train this kid,
right?
Because he's a Jedi. He's that powerful. He gets it from his father. And then they took the baby. That's when the baby, the sister, Leia, and he went over there and said, yo, hold on to Leia. You know, and
the council. What's the name of Jimmy Smith's character?
Organa.
Yeah, they always wanted a daughter, so they decided to adopt her.
Right. Well, it wasn't no adoption. It was I don't got no choice.
Yeah, So they raised her as their own.
Right.
Yeah.
So the situation is pretty much clear as what he has to do. But here's the thing that got me upset though. Like you're supposed to train a kid, right? When he gets older, but yet you're weak as a mother. Like you don't train for 10 years. But don't worry, when he gets around like 16, 17, I'm gonna get a little bit better. You know what I mean? While Darth Vader is dragging you around like a rag doll, and you're a Jedi. You know, so I don't know if y'all agree with me, but that's just kind of whack. Like I need you to be ready at all times. What do you think about that?
Like I feel like the reason why he's like that is because
he's been hiding.
He's fighting his inner demon because he thought that by training Anakin, that he would try to push him towards the good side. So he's guilty. He feels all that guilt for him going to the dark side.
And for thinking that he's dead.
And Yoda foretold. He's like, listen, you can't train him. He's untrainable.
Right.
You know, he's not what you think he is. And it's gonna backfire. And sure enough, it did. So now he's knowing that the Jedis are being wiped out of existence. He has that guilt trip now. So he feels guilty that all the Jedis are gone, being wiped out, and he's powerless now. He's powerless.
He's not powerless. He chooses to be like that. And I think that's the point that Ern is saying. Like, you're supposed to be this almighty powerful.
Yeah, but it's been 10 years and he hasn't used his lightsaber or anything.
Because he's in hiding. Yeah.
He's in hiding.
But you could still train.
Yeah, but he's won against a whole army.
Man, the dude don't even meditate.
Yeah.
He don't meditate. He don't be like, yo, let me just calm my mind. Nothing. He's just living in worry.
He gave up. He just gave up.
I thought the whole point you're not supposed to. How are you supposed to pass on that knowledge and train somebody?
Well, he didn't really train Luke. You mean he told Luke to go to the Dagobah system and find Yoda, and Yoda trained Luke.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So
remember in the story, in the episode, I think it was episode 1 or 2. He was like, "Look, I'm gonna have to come back for this kid, so I can train him." And then the one who's raising him now was like,
you train him nah. Because you train his father. Yeah.
Right. It's like, nah, you're good. You'll be all right. So, I just feel as if for this show that it's really good. Don't get me wrong, but it could have gave me a little bit of Obi-Wan Kenobi fighting, you know what I mean? From the beginning, because that hiding for 10 years, it just, I don't know. It just didn't sit well with me. For 10 years, you did nothing. You worked in the factory, and then you came back and worked, and then and then they finally caught up with you. I think that story.
Well, he was in. I don't know. I mean, like you said, you felt like he should have been keeping the gangsters since Order 66.
Yeah. So what it is right? Like with being a Jedi, you're like the ultimate warrior, basically. So you have to be better at all times, regardless. He could barely. Saved the little girl. He barely saved her when she fell off the roof, right?
Because he lost all hope. He lost all hope.
Yeah. He lost
no hope in the world anymore. So
he gave up on the Jedi, basically.
Right.
It's like you're saying, you got to fall down to get back up.
But if he gave up on the Jedi, I don't mean he got to give up on himself.
He gave up on himself because that was all he knows. That was all he did.
Right.
To bring order and balance. That's all he did. To do the good, right. To always do the right thing. And then now, in this case, Order 66 prevailed that.
Right.
They won. And he got defeated.
Yeah. So, Order 66 messed them up big time.
Mm-hmm. Not just him, all of them. All of them. They went to hiding. Because they were hunting him like freaking lambs, bro. Like freaking hanging him off.
That was right. It was some ruthlessness. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And what's funny too? Like, I felt like again, it's another story. Like, I think it should come to fruition real soon. So let's get into the Inquisitors, right? Mm-hmm. You got these 3 super evil novas of the Sith. I guess Darth Vader, created them somewhat and showed them. Right. And
Well, the half story of the Inquisitors. Some of them are Jedi who turn to the dark side.
That's what I'm thinking.
There it is. Okay.
Yeah, that's the half story. Some of them, that's why they have special powers and Jedi powers and stuff.
But we only
that.
seen the third sister do the Force. We didn't see the other two yet do it. So
yeah, but if you look at the Chinese dude, he got the helmet on still that the kids were wearing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't pick that one up.
I didn't see that one.
Well, King Kareem, what do you call that? When you just made what was that called? When you just
that Easter egg.
Easter eggs.
Yeah.
Let's go, scram, baby.
Yeah. So there's. I mean, if you do go on YouTube, there's a lot of Easter eggs in Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Give me some more.
Is there any in any particular order that you would have to like you would have to know the series in order to understand what those mean? Or is it something?
Yeah, you would have to pay close attention to detail. I haven't paid. I was it was one of those days I came home from work and I was like, let me get this up, knock this out the way. But I didn't pay attention to all the super details. All I know is well, I'm playing the game also. It's connected to one of the Jedi Fallen Order. So it's a game on Xbox, PS5, or whatever. And they kind of explain the Inquisitors also a lot.
So if the Inquisitors are partially Jedi themselves, but yet they're hunting the Jedi, how do they get excused from the group?
They turn to the dark side. And
I feel like with the third sister, what was her name? Raven? Is that her name? Raven?
Riva.
I feel like because she was looking for Obi-Wan, she really wants to hunt him down. So I'm thinking maybe she was part of the Jedi Academy. And he betrayed him, and she's looking to pay back for betraying the Jedis. Because she's really has it out for him.
What are you talking about?
Riva.
She has her own mini story.
She has her own personal grudge against Obi-Wan.
Yeah, Obi-Wan.
Why?
Yeah.
Why?
So I feel like she was part of the Republic, and she was part of the old Jedi school. She was probably one of the kids that got left abandoned. That's what I'm thinking.
Oh, okay.
I was thinking that
because she has a grudge against Obi-Wan.
But what does that have to do with Obi-Wan? How can she blame that one person for the circumstances that she was in when it was something of?
Because he was one of the instructors. He was one of the teachers. It was him, Qui-Gon, Mace Windu, right? Mace Windu was another one, and Yoda. Mm-hmm. I think there were 4 instructors that teach the Jedi.
I think
absolutely, right, absolutely. Because you remember they all are gonna train train one eventually per, so they could be a Padawan. So and I was thinking the same thing. I said to myself, why does she hate this guy so much?
Why she hates him so much?
Problem, for a guy because I'm thinking this, right? This guy you really don't know. Mm-hmm. So I thought,
essentially,
yeah. But you don't know this guy. Maybe you're a youngin. You know what I mean? If anything, you're 4 or 5 years old. Do you really know him for you to be upset? Or what did Darth Vader do to you? For you to be like, this is why you need to take care of this guy. Because Darth Vader brainwashed all of these people. Let's be clear. They're considered, the Jedi is considered evil. While the Republic is the new Republic now. They're everything. They're some. So it's going to be an interesting story because, again, this is a mini series. So for her story is going to be, I think it's going to be one of the stories that we like, so, that'll soon to be seen, but,
talking about third sister. I think it was you that sent me the article about how the star was
the actress Moses Ingram,
that she was the one that was getting death threats because she was a black person portraying a character in the Star Wars series. So I was just like, why is this even a problem? And to begin with, there's new generations. These are new shows. You're going to see a multiplicity of people of color. You're going to see different sides. You're going to see females. You're going to see males. You're going to see all representation across the globe. So I don't understand why is this even an issue in the beginning?
They had an issue with that.
Was it because it's not true to the comic? Is that what it is? Because I don't know how does that play?
No, it's not based on the comic. The Star Wars based on like.
No. I'm saying like why would the people why would the fans be so upset that she is playing?
Racism. That's all.
But what I'm saying like the basis for it, like let's say like Scarlett Johansson, right? When she did that movie Ghost in the Shell, right? People were very upset because it didn't follow the originality. Like it was supposed to be it was whitewashed or whatever the case may be. Right. Is this the case with Riva? Was her character supposed to be somebody else of a different?
Nobody knows because she's a new character.
That's what I'm asking. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm asking. So it's like, why be upset if this is a completely new storyline? I'm thinking in my head like, oh, this is maybe a story that maybe the original her character herself might have been a Chinese or another white actor. So that was the basis of my understanding of this, but that's not even the case. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, but she was on Instagram. She posted a story about the racist comments on her Instagram stories that she was getting because, she's a black character in Star Wars. I'm like, yo, it's 2022, guys. Like, why are y'all getting upset? She's doing amazing things. She's on a great franchise. Why would it be a problem?
Right.
Like, why would it even be a problem? But
and what's really awful about that is there was a lot of situations overall, with a few characters, right?
John Boyega.
Yeah. I was just about to say John Boyega. That's what you're talking about. Who took his helmet off.
They were upset when he took his helmet off.
Right. People were upset because, racist people, they were upset because they assumed that he was going to be the Jedi, so they got mad at that, and then when a woman became a Jedi, they got mad at that a little bit, but, because what happens is, we get brainwashed just to the point that, hey, look, we've seen the guy who's 6'3" with abs be the superhero. We need to continue that. That's the mentality. Right. Right. And it's just like, hey, do you know in real life, they can't do any of that? Like, oh, okay. So it's just, it's all fantasy.
Yeah. It's all fantasy. I know. So I don't understand why they take it to that extreme that they were calling her a diversity hire. And they were like calling her the N-word and they were calling her like a slew of racist insults. And some were even sending death threats. I'm like, why?
It's the weirdest thing. It's the weirdest thing, yo. And I was telling Dirty when we talked about it on the chat group, it's a guy named, what's his last name? Kumar?
Oh, yeah.
He was the one saying this.
How he racist and he had like a Indian last name.
Avantis Kumar. This guy, I think he's really, really good for some reason, like anywhere he goes, but who knows? Maybe he is, right?
So he's not a diversity hire, is he? Like you're a representation of brown people, bro. Like what are you on?
Right. And the guy says there's no room for wokeness in the galaxy. Ooh.
What?
I ain't gonna lie to you. He probably tried to talk to a black woman and she said she's good.
Yeah, but
and then ever since he says I got revenge.
Now he's bitter.
Right. Like, extremely bitter, yo. So, you just gotta ignore the nonsense, man. Like, I could only imagine what Denzel Washington went through when he started really, taking Hollywood by storm by being a lead actor as a black man. I could only imagine, and he's told some stories before too, which was like, wow, like that's messed up, So, all we can do is just be happy that these guys are doing it and they're making
it. Just support them in the sense that they're doing amazing things. They're working with Disney. Like there's not a bigger honor than working with Disney on a franchise of this popularity. Obi-Wan Kenobi, it's, hello.
Right.
Like what?
And some people, it's either racism or it's truthfully, it's just too masculine, Could you imagine somebody saying, oh my God, you're going to make a Supergirl movie? Like, what about Superman? And you're like, like, dude, what?
What?
They
Yeah,
have
exactly.
1 million of them. Like,
Right, exactly.
like, you okay? Like, it's just those type of situations where you be like, this person, that kind of guy that guy is, especially, it's just ridiculous at best. It's funny because they act like it was going to be 80 episodes and like, I don't want to see 80. Like, dude, it's only 6.
Right. What are we doing?
That's it. No, it's over after that,
Right.
So yeah, we just talking about the Inquisitors, right? Just to figure out, what's her situation? Why does she hate Obi-Wan Kenobi? Like, why does she hate that guy? And Dirty, you were saying basically, look, at the end of the day, she knew him.
She must have been, she was probably one of the students at the Jedi school, Jedi Academy. And she's probably pissed off that he left and abandoned him.
Yeah, but why you say
and they showed that. And they showed that. They showed that when they showed the 3 little kids at the Jedi school when they were being killed. They showed all the adults leaving and the 3 kids just standing there.
Right.
Wow.
Absolutely.
So
it could be that she was probably one of the kids there at the academy, and she's probably, because she has like a personal grudge against him.
But it could be something. It could have been another thing where she's being told what she's being told to do. If you are under the wing of Darth Vader and he tells you, this is what is going to get you far, then this is what you're going to do. Maybe that's why it could have,
So she's doing it to please
Darth to please Vader. Him. That's what I'm saying. That could have been just another thing as well, but.
Right. It's like, look, obey the dark side or else. And she's with it all the way through.
Right.
And of course, she wants to be the leader.
Yeah, see, that was my motive. I think there's a power struggle that she wants to, move into the circle, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah,
up the ranks really quick. I mean, that's the whole power struggle part of the story.
Yeah, but why are the other Inquisitors they're not with that? Is it the power struggle between them, just the sisters and like and brother, and is it the power struggle between them, or is it because there's a need to please Darth Vader or Lord Vader? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Good question. Ken Karim, what you think? Ken Karim not there, so I'll go. I think I think we're looking at it as an age situation, right? I think she's the youngest one out of all of them, but yet she looks like she's the most hungriest. Yeah. But in everything in life, there's some type of order, Right. Basically, wait your turn. Like, I tell you what to do, That's why she killed one of them. She just wasn't with it. No. Obi-Wan did that, by the way. Got him. Oh, man, what happened? Yeah, I don't know, but, I ain't with that.
I don't know what happened. I can't explain.
Yeah. Get out of here, So she's one of those. She might be like, look, I know it's my time to shine and I'm going to prove it to everybody else,
But another thing was when she, in this recent episode, when she took the gas container and flung it, like they looked at her like why should you use the power or something like that? Like, cause like you don't see anybody else using their powers. She's like literally using her force.
Okay.
So, and then when she threw that gas container into the back of the ship, to what's his name, Wade.
Right.
And then
Wade, R.I.P. Wade,
the two brother and sister just looked at her like.
They probably
I thought that was gangster.
They can't do it. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe they can't.
Maybe they don't have powers. Maybe they don't have the force.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe they can't do it, and they just I'm like.
But that don't make no sense though. Like, why wouldn't they have powers and yet she's taking command from them? Like Darth Vader would have said, "Nah, you're in command already from the jump." But I think they got powers. I guess they know how to use it or when to use it. Like, they don't have to necessarily do all of that the way she's going hard. Again, she's going 100.
Yeah.
Everybody's like at 60. Like, yo, what's wrong with her? Like, she's doing her best to do her best. Like, relax. We got our orders. Let's just proceed this way, But
yeah, but obviously it wasn't working. So everybody's doing these planned and everything, but it ain't working. It's frustrating the shit out of everybody because they're not getting results. So that's what it is.
Right. It's one of those. It remains to be seen type situation for the other ones, though. If you think about it, it's for Sang Kung. He plays the fifth brother. I think he's the leader, even though she doesn't want him to be the leader at this point. But the other guy died, so he's the leader now.
No, he didn't die. He got killed.
Right. But he's super calm to a degree, because I think he's that powerful. I think he's like, look, we know what we have to do, but till she falls, or till Darth Vader says, look, eliminate this chick because she's doing too much,
right.
But then again, Darth Vader's a fighter himself. He's in his prime. Right. So he's like, yo, like send Obi to me. I got him moving forward. He's that guy. So that's probably why they're saying, yo, relax. Like Darth Vader, like the Lord said he got it. All you got to do is follow suit, So it's just one of those things that remain to be seen, But I'm just happy for one thing, though. One thing. Be clear. I don't know if y'all know, but y'all probably know. Hayden Christensen is continuing to play Darth Vader.
Yeah.
For what reason? But for why? Though why? I mean, we don't always see his face.
It don't matter. We see his face, and I loved it.
It don't matter. We don't see his face.
They show like when he's in the back to tank, you can see that it's really him in the back to tank.
All that.
I mean, Darth Vader is James Earl Jones to me. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's it. I mean, like when I look at Darth Vader, I think it's James Earl Jones behind that fucking mask.
This is your kingdom, young Simba.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
I am your father.
Yeah. I mean, to the black community, yes, James Earl Jones is Darth Vader, but I
was actually surprised that the voice was used. Not because I didn't want it to be. I was just like, are they going to use the voice in its originality? So I was a little surprised that they did, though. I mean, I'm happy that they did, but I was surprised that they did. Does that make sense? Because I'm trying to...
You know what? I thought, look, at this day and age, James Earl Jones is a grown man. So I was like, maybe he's like, I'm good. I don't do this no more. Nah,
it's going to be fun to see.
Is it really him? Is it really him that does the voice?
Oh, absolutely.
On Kenobi?
Absolutely. You said Obi-Wan Kenobi? Yeah. That's James Earl Jones.
Well, who else is it going to be, my friend?
He's very much
AIs now.
Oh, they have AIs. Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I just want to make sure, yeah.
Man, look, at the end of the day, it's still his voice, right?
If you ever watched the making of the Star Wars, like the original making of from the 80s or whatever it was, the 70s, 80s, they were like, nah, this guy's voice ain't cutting it. Let's get someone else. And that's how they, No, that's how they brought in James Earl Jones.
Oh, that's how they brought in James Earl Jones.
This is like the actor who was actually doing the voice of Darth, the acting of Darth Vader, and they were like, when they did that shit on playback, they're like, nah. This ain't. George Lucas is like, nah.
We need a more authoritarian voice.
This ain't it for me. This ain't it. He's like,
the actor who played Darth Vader, I think, recently passed away too.
The actor really passed. He passed away.
Played Darth Vader in the costume.
No, I thought it was Obi-Wan Kenobi. Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan?
The Obi-Wan Kenobi, I think the older actor that portrayed him passed.
Yeah. I think him both. They all kind of like,
yeah.
They're up there. Yeah.
Damn.
But the original actor who wore the suit, he passed away.
And then when they did the playback, they were like, George Lucas was like, nah, we got to do something better with this. You know what I mean, this is too much of this character is too big of a deal to just be, to not give this the terror that he's looking for. And like, what I mean, that's how James Earl Jones got the voiceover for Darth Vader.
Okay, but yeah, it was definitely the actor for the Darth Vader suit. It was that person, because the other actor, he passed away a long time ago.
Yeah,
he passed away August 7th, 2000. The one originally played Obi-Wan.
Oh,
yeah, he been passed. Yeah, he been transcended. So yeah, I mean, think about it. Could you imagine them not having James Earl Jones' voice? Can you imagine?
Nah, there'll be that's the whole point of Darth Vader.
That's the thing. I can, because if they're trying to introduce new things, I can see it without his voice. Is it the same? No. But if you're trying to be cognizant of keeping to originality, you know, a lot of the characters, they need to stay in its true form. And that's why, you know, Ewan McGregor came back. That's why Hayden Christensen came back. So that's why they're sticking to the original. So it would make sense that James Earl Jones would come back with the voice as well. It would make sense.
Right. It was easy. It was a no-brainer.
Like, it was a no-brainer.
It's not to be funny. It's like, James still alive, right? Yeah, he's good. All right, bro, bring him back. You know what I mean? It's at that point. Yeah. Oh, yeah, he's great.
All the originals.
Bring back all the originals.
You know, I think they're saying that. Like, you know, he's on the good side of 80. Oh, bring her back too. You know what I mean?
Right?
It's just, bring him back.
Bring him back.
You know? Because there's some actors who, you know, they're gonna be, you know, creators till they're like, you know what? I just can't talk no more.
Right.
I'm done. You know what I mean? But if they could talk and walk a little bit, they're gonna keep acting. They're gonna get that check for somebody. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. So let's see. Let's go down the cast list. So we got Ice Cube's son, O'Shea Jackson Jr.
O'Shea Jackson.
And yeah.
I mean, he only got one episode. I'll give him a few more.
Yeah, I mean,
we got Flea. We got Flea from what's Flea from? The Red Hot Chili Peppers?
Flea. Yeah.
He's on there.
Uh-huh.
We got the guy.
Flea playing again?
Huh?
What Flea playing again? What part is Flea playing?
He's on the show.
Oh, Vec Narku. Excuse me.
We got Kumal Najahani. Yeah, Kumal, the Indian guy. Whatever. I mean, I don't want to get whatever country.
Yeah, from the Celestials.
From the Eternals. Isn't it Eternals?
Yeah, Eternals.
Eternals, yeah.
No, they are Celestials. They are. But the movie's called Eternals.
I thought you were talking about the Celestial pizzas, whatever those frozen pizzas.
Yo, you stupid. No, that's Elio's sign. What are you talking about? All the other...
Who else we got?
Whatever planet they're from, but I know that guy was in that movie from that planet from where he's like considered God, a mini God or whatever.
Yeah.
But, keep going. Because surprise them. But remember, once you say that actor's name, you can't say the show. Wow.
So I mean, so Sung Kang. You guys know who he is.
Oh, you already know who. So Sung Kang has been in everything, but mainly he's been in all of
the Fast and Furious.
Right.
Yeah.
He's been in what?
Vin Diesel movie, Fast and Furious movie.
Nah, I don't know.
Oh, he's the Asian dude that died?
Tokyo Drift.
Oh yeah, the Asian dude. What's his name? I forgot his name.
He's the Sung Kang.
Yeah.
Oh, that's him underneath there?
Yeah.
I thought it was George Takei, bro. I thought it was Star Trek we were watching. I'm sorry.
Why are you saying George Takei? That dude is mad old. You stupid, bro. Like, what are you saying?
And that dude is all of 5'1", so that's definitely not him.
That's not him.
But that's Sung Kang, man, from a whole fleet of movies and
Tokyo
shows.
Drift.
You know what I mean?
We got our boy Jimmy Smits. He's in a bunch of shows.
Come on.
Yeah, but he was in the original movie too. So he was one.
He was in the yeah. Jimmy Smits has been around. I mean, he's a seasoned actor.
He was from NYPD Blue, bro. That's the back in the day, bro.
Man.
Absolutely. I used to love that show.
I love that show.
I used to love that show. AK, keep going. Get to where you need to get to. Let's surprise them because a lot of people forgot.
We're talking about you said Hayden Christensen, Ewan McGregor. Let's talk about Moses Ingram. I mean, she got all that hate for being a black, I guess.
Third sister.
The third sister.
Yeah, some brown guy said, "Stay woke." A brown guy told a black woman to stay woke. We don't need wokeness in the galaxy. Unbelievable, man. You can't make this up, yo.
Yeah, you can't make this up.
But
I think she's doing a phenomenal job. Her darkness is like real watching her act in that show. And I feel like it's no fake. No, I mean, she's just keeping it
really great. I think she's great.
Yeah, I think she's doing it for now. Like, all right, you know what? She kind of pulled me in. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
she pulled me in. She pulled me in.
She did. She definitely did. I felt like, oh shit, like yo. She was ready to body that little girl. I was
that was the micro. Well, you said she about to body Leah?
She was
we know how it ends.
But
But
still,
you
wait.
could tell that she was having some feelings about it. Like you can tell in her voice that it was breaking a little bit. She's like, Leah, you brought it on to yourself. And I could see that she was like, she really did feel bad. Like
really?
that she was. I didn't. No, I felt it. I felt it.
I have when we get to our reviews, or what our thoughts are going to be like. I have mixed thoughts on how it's going to end.
Oh, so we're talking about theories?
Yeah.
Wait. Are we going into that? We're going into.
No, I'm following you, Queen. We're following you.
Nah, let's not get into theories yet. Not yet.
No, not yet. Well, after what?
We gotta wait for the last two episodes.
Yeah, there's two more episodes, right?
There's 2 more episodes?
Yeah.
That's it? Oh, is it? Oh, yeah.
But we can still make our predictions now on how it's going to end.
Go ahead, Dre. Let me hear what you guys say.
No. Finish your character.
Yeah, finish your character list.
My character list? I mean, I don't.
Why you sound confused? You were the one who was confused.
No. I was just saying, like, what I admire is that they have a mixed cast of like famous and infamous people. Like it's a mixed bunch. You got like I said, you have O'Shea Jackson, and then from there you got like James Earl Jones. You got Flea. And then there's some actors on there, like even like the third sister. I don't know her from any other shows.
Yeah, but you don't remember Talia from the show that we shall not name? She was also there as well. You don't remember her?
That got too long.
GOT?
Indira Verma.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Listen, you know who we have to thank?
That's my girl.
The SAG.
She's
beautiful, boy. But
the Actors Guild.
GOT.
For bringing us a diverse crowd.
Keep the initials. But yes, you and it's funny how GOT characters are pulling, Star Wars are pulling GOT characters in too.
Oh yeah, they did it in Solo, and they did it in Solo.
Yeah, and the Mandalorian, that guy played her husband in GOT.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Already, look at
y'all. Mandalorian. Yep.
So, but man, she's awesome, man. For her character, she's season 2, of course. She's been doing it for a long time.
Yeah.
She's so far, man. I felt like she's one of those characters that I think you don't want to say it. She might die.
Who?
In the show. In the show, Talia.
Oh yeah.
They might get her.
Yeah, they might.
Get her. Because
she's a traitor.
I like that. I like that assumption. Who else you think gonna die? Let me see.
O'Shea Jackson.
O'Shea Jackson, you think he's gonna die?
Yeah. Like they're gonna just shoot him down. Like, you get out of here.
What was the sound? Pew 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 pew. But we can't forget about Leah herself. I think she's just an amazing actress. She's very witty. She's very charismatic, and I think a lot of she is the center of the story, because we know as the story of Leah, she grows up, she becomes a fighter, she becomes the leader of the resistance and things like that. So at this point, like, I love the fact that she is just as rebellious she was as an adult. She was the same as a kid.
They nailed it.
Tenacious. I love that. I love that buildup of her character. And I feel like she was just always super, super smart, way beyond her years.
Very witty.
And I love that. I love that character. And I really hope that when they do justice to her, and maybe they might show her as a teenager. However, I don't know how far they'll go with the story, but I really enjoyed just watching her process and her connection with Obi-Wan Kenobi, really, for sure.
Right.
Well, they said it's a mini series, so I mean, not a limited series. So I don't know. It might be
6 episodes.
Yeah, but how many seasons?
No,
it just the limited means just the one.
What I mean is that in the beginning of the show they went 10 years. What makes you think they might not do it for the last one? So that's how I'm thinking in terms of the theory. Like, they might do something 10 years later, showing in the middle of that point at the last episode. So I'm just thinking even in that sense, not in sense of seasons, but they have the freedom to do anything they want in the story.
Listen, they're bringing back old characters, so who knows? They might bring Samuel Jackson back.
Who knows?
Because he's in hiding too, right? He's not technically. Supposedly he's not dead.
No. He died.
He died.
He died.
Well, yeah, he fell out the window. Yeah, but there's the fan theories that he's still alive somewhere too.
I was thinking that, but I don't know. he fell in some water.
Yeah,
He fell out the window. I know that. It wasn't a small window.
Don't sleep on George Lucas and the Star Wars. They body the whole team. They don't care. Like if you watch Rogue One, everybody died at the end. The good guys, the bad guys.
Yo, not for nothing. Fucking Rogue One, everybody and they mama died,
that's
bro.
Order 66.
That shit was crazy, bro. Like everybody everybody was like, "What's the?"
Ain't no friends in the galaxy, bro. Everybody,
they all sacrifice. It was like Tuskegee Airmen. It was just like all done. There was just bomb. Whoop, done.
Yeah, they blew up the whole joint, son. Yeah,
this was based on a story by me, and this is what entail.
He was like, you know what? Let's make the ending interesting. Kill everybody.
Right. I mean,
look, it's funny you said that because when I watched that Rogue One, man, I was over here like my heart, my kid at heart was saying maybe they're gonna open a portal and pull the
what
and they wake
portal?
Up, like exactly. My heart as a child was like, you know, like they might make a portal and they'll be okay, right? No, they did. They gotta go.
And you know what was crazy? The whole entire time that I was watching it, there was this anticipation of hope. I'm like, oh, they might make it through. I think at one point, literally 3 minutes before everything was about to go down, I was like, yo, they're not gonna make it. The realization came in. I'm like,
we knew how it was gonna end.
Like,
we were just watching to see how the Death Star blew up. That's what we were watching. Well, they got the information.
I'm hoping Obi-Wan connects to Rogue One somehow, like, you know, because it might not go that far because Leia was already grown in Rogue One. She was already a princess, like full blown princess, in Rogue One.
Okay,
at the end, you know. So I'm saying Obi-Wan, you know, hopefully connects because that's if you go to according to the timeline, that's what Obi-Wan leads off to Star Wars: A New Hope.
Right,
so,
right.
So right before Star Wars: A New Hope, there's Rogue One.
Right.
Yeah. So it should be Obi-Wan should go to then it should go to Obi-Wan Kenobi should go to Rogue One. Then it goes to Star Wars: New Hope.
Right.
That's the timeline.
So they're lurking around. So at that point of that timeline, both the Walkers, the Skywalkers, they're both about what 20.
Yeah. Good say about
whatever the case is be, but you know, one is in training, of course, and Obi-Wan Kenobi still probably like. So if we're right and this guy's not 100%, he's like, "You look fine, Yoda. Right now, my back is killing me. I thought I had it, but I can't train you to act." But find the 8,000-year-old guy. He'll be better. I promise. Like it's just unbelievable, bro. Like that's only, like I said again, that's the part that gets to me. But overall, though, I love this. But we got to piggyback to that little girl, man. She's 10 years old in real life. Her birthday just passed June 4th.
Yeah, she's a great actress. She's gonna go places.
Oh my God, she's awesome, man. What King Krim would say? She pulled me in. You know, she pulled me in, you know. But what's one thing that was kind of funny, man? I didn't think in real life she would be 10 years old. I was like, look at this 6-year-old girl just killing it. And it's like, no, she's 10. She was born in 2012. You know what I mean?
Wow.
But that's what I thought because she's really small. She's really that small to be a 10-year-old. I don't know about y'all, but you know, that's what I noticed, you know. But in all, man,
yeah, I want to know how they found her. Like, where's it? How do I audition?
Those are national auditions for real,
you
bro.
need an agent, my friend, and you need time, and you ain't got neither.
He's gonna tell the director, "I'm sorry, but this script didn't pull me in. It didn't pull me in. I didn't like
the micro stories. I didn't like them.
I can't perform this, director.
I wasn't feeling it."
Talk about it. What micro story didn't you like?
Me? No. So far,
what story don't you care about? You guys be like, okay, we're good with you guys. Just, you know, if you're gonna die.
We saw
Boba Fett. Like that was something that confused me because I'm like, is that the original Boba Fett? Is that a machine Boba? I mean, a clone?
That begging for money.
I'm like, that confused me.
Oh, which one? No, that wasn't Boba. That's the first episode. That was an Easter egg. That was that's one.
I saw that one.
Yeah, so that was one of the stormtroopers who did it. Who
he was a clone.
He was a clone that didn't want to participate in Order 66, I guess. And then see, if you watch the cartoon, you'll know that they had close relationships with certain stormtroopers.
Okay.
Yeah. So and then there was certain just who defected from the Empire. So the one that was sitting there like begging for money, you could see he was like a high-ranking stormtrooper who had like the blue and white on or whatever. And then if you watch the Clone Wars, you'll see that there was a group of them who sided with the Jedi who didn't kill them. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Who didn't kill them. Yeah.
It's just
supposedly he's supposed to be. I think he's supposed to be Rex. His name is Rex, the stormtrooper Rex.
Oh, you're right.
But he looks like Boba Fett.
But he looks like
they're all clones of Boba Fett.
They're all clones of Boba Fett.
The original.
I always get confused about that because it's.
That's why they were surprised. I'm thinking about the stormtrooper. I'm sorry. Never mind.
Okay, so hold on. Now I'm a little confused. So Boba Fett, right? What timeline is that?
No, Jango Fett is the original.
Jango Fett.
Clones,
okay.
Yeah, they're all clones. All stormtroopers are clones of Jango Fett.
But Jango Fett, okay. Yeah. And then Jango Fett had a kid,
Boba Fett, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, never mind. But now it makes sense to me.
Yeah.
So who did we see then?
Jango Fett. It's a clone. We saw a clone of Jango Fett.
You saw a clone. You saw a stormtrooper, a clone of Jango Fett. Yeah.
Gotcha. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, but so he supposed like some of the stormtroopers they defected and they weren't part of, and they didn't want to be part of Order 66. And they didn't, or they found a way to get rid of their chips in their head. And because it was a chip that they were implants in their head that they gave the Order 66 and they just went and bodied all those dudes.
Yeah. Look, man, it's real, man. If you think about it, they just got cloned, so they just making tons of these guys. So sky's the limit. You know what I mean? For the Sith, like, okay, just make more. Like, what are you talking about? Like 30 die, make more. We'll be fine. And that's just it just didn't stop, yo. So I just love this show though overall, right? So before we get into that, I want to ask you guys. Now we want to get into the theories. Let's start with King Karim since he's just on a roll. So what do we have? It's going to be
my theories.
2 more episodes, right? So what's going to happen?
One theory. I think Obi-Wan might convince Reva to turn back to the light. You know what I mean? To the light, to the that's one of my theories. Okay. Even though she's as dark as they come, and she really wants to, like,
she really body.
Yeah. She wants to body Obi-Wan and body Leia. You know what I mean? But I really think that somewhat, like, I guess. Like I said, the name A New Hope. My theory is that one of those guys, one of the Inquisitors, are going to return back to the Jedi.
That's it.
I think.
I didn't think that at all. I think, matter of fact, so I'm not going to be unfair. Oracle.
No, I just want to piggyback to what I said before, that maybe the last episode might be another fast forward timeline, how they did in the first episode, just to kind of see the progression and see maybe they catch up to the next following series, like with the movies, either if it was New Hope or things like that, showing maybe Leia when she's in her early 20s or, things like that. So that's something that I'm just assuming that might have been one of them. But another theory is if and when Leia in Obi-Wan Kenobi join, like reunite with Jimmy Smith's character, what's next after that? Are they gonna come and go attack them? Like that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, what would be the next step? They get you reunited, then what's next?
Good question.
Well, technically, they don't know that she has the Force. Also, they just think that the only reason why they kidnapped her was just
because
to get
she was
Obi-Wan.
a connection to get Obi-Wan, right?
So they don't know that she has powers.
At this point, they still don't know. But
Reva senses something.
Yeah, she says you're strong. Yeah, she did say that. But I'm just trying to figure out what would happen after that, after their reunion. I'm like, okay, fine. I brought your daughter back. Now what? Now they know that now you're out in the open.
I think they're gonna switch stories. They're gonna switch to Luke now. We're gonna see a little bit of Luke, hopefully.
Yeah, you're gonna get some Luke action.
The next couple episodes, hopefully.
Well, these are only 45 minutes though.
And I feel like
a lot can happen.
How it's gonna end is gonna be like a big battle between Darth Vader and Obi-Wan. And,
like a one-on-one fight again?
A one-on-one fight. Another one-on-one fight, but this time he's gonna be a little bit stronger. And he's gonna go in with no holds barred.
So you're gonna see a better fight scene.
A better fight scene.
I don't know. I was like, I don't mean to cut you guys off, but I was like, did this guy just run away? I was like, what the hell happened here?
Bro.
That was what Ern was saying before.
Yo, that guy was pure fear.
He was like,
pure.
He was like, you never seen The Simpsons when The Simpsons does? Oh man, when Homer when he gets scared and he just ran away.
Look, I know.
Because he knew. Yo, he saw Darth Vader coming down the alley in the homes, and he was just breaking necks. He's moving his head. He's like, this guy is gonna break my fucking neck. I am not gonna take the chance.
Gonna break my that's just what's gonna happen. Like, I'm gonna throw you in fire because I owe you one.
He's gonna break you. He went like that. I'm like, what the hell, bro?
Break me off a piece of that cake, boy.
Yo.
He said, I have to throw you in the fire. You know why?
Right? Like, it's just a payback.
Pain, feel the
my
pain.
God, yo.
But like I said earlier, I think there's gonna be like a big fight scene. I don't know. Can he breathe without the mask? Like, I want to see like him walking around without the mask, or he has to have it on at all times.
Like, yo, this ain't Halo, son.
No, but I think he needs the mask. I think there's a connection around the neck area that he does need the mask to stay on. The whole outfit, bro. He has no arm.
Yeah.
No leg.
What are you saying?
Because he'd be like, this is what you did to me, and just take the helmet off.
So, hold on, Dirk. So he has a breathing problem, but you think if he takes off the mask, like he might breathe better?
I don't understand that.
I don't know.
I'm just going by theory. I just think it's gonna be another fight scene.
What theory, bro?
It's gonna be a fight scene.
Yo, my man was in the back of the tank. He had a fucking mask on. Like, dude couldn't breathe with it.
But technically, he has that mouthpiece that is detached from the mask itself.
Okay.
The little oxygen thing that goes over his nose, he has that. So maybe he could take off that top part off. And
okay, so since you're overthinking, right?
Yeah, thank you.
What I want to know is who takes him out the damn tank?
Man, he can't come out, right? He can't.
Who takes him out the tank? He has no arms, no legs.
They probably drain the water and pick him up.
They have machines. He's on cables. They take him out.
Yeah, he's on cables.
He's on cables. They take him out.
Unbelievable. But long story short, he needs that mask to breathe, though. That's whole part of his whole breathing mechanism. You can hear it.
I have a question. I have a question.
Uh-huh.
Since the Bacta tank is supposed to rejuvenate your skin and heal all your wounds,
right? How
come every time he's in there, you don't see him healing? He's always still burnt.
Well, his burns were permanent, bro. Like I think what's in his burns are permanent too, to a degree, but they're just healing you from pain, But it looks like he does it. Remember, this is 10 years after, so he probably does it every night. Probably how he sleeps. Who knows? But those burn marks are just they're there. They're there.
I mean, went right into lava.
Yeah, he went into lava, bro. His skin was burning off his body, screaming. So
he's lucky he even looks like that.
Yeah. No, the dude, can't lie, the dude looks horrid, yo. He looks horrid, when he takes the mask off. Keep the mask on. We just need the voice. So I don't know, man. So you think, Dirty, you think that overall, what's your conclusion overall? Just one fight scene, that's it?
No, one fight scene. I think Reba's gonna go to the back. She's gonna join the force. and she's probably going to kill the other two guys, the other two Inquisitors, and I just want to see how this plays out. Like the first 3 episodes were really good, but this last episode, it just didn't pull me in. It didn't pull me in. It was boring. Wow. I was like, ugh.
But I think it closed a lot of things. It closed some stories up because now they were able to escape. It was a scene that you see Obi-Wan Kenobi using his power again to save the glass and the water.
I knew right away once the glass cracked. I'm like, oh, he's either gonna hold it up and then run away and close the door, and then
you sound so like
I'm so disappointed in this episode.
Why?
I'm sorry, guys. It's just not it. This episode wasn't it.
It's okay, brother. It's okay. I mean, look, I liked it. I mean, there was nothing not to like. So I'm just going to go with my theory, what's going to happen, right? One, Leia, she gets back to the family, you know.
Of course.
We know that part, you know. But there's going to be a little bit of a battle probably with her parents now and the Sith. You know, there's going to be some type of battle. Something's going to happen, I think, within that situation, you know. They're going to figure out probably who Leia is. Somebody might put 1 and 1 together. Like, why is this little girl so important to Obi-Wan? Somebody's going to say, like, why is he chasing this little girl around like that?
Right.
You know?
Right.
And the person who's going to put it together is Leia's father. He's going to be like, oh, wait. I mean, wait, that's my kid. Like, you know? And then it's going to be a problem after that moving forward. That's what I think. You know, the fight scene is going to be the fight scene. We already know that. You know, but how long will be the fight scene? Are they going to give us a good 8 minutes? Or is it going to be 3 minutes? And then, you know, Obi-Wan didn't get strong enough, back still acting up, and he runs away. You know? You know, what have they done to you? What have you done to yourself? Like, yo, fam, you threw me in lava. What are you talking about? Like, unbelievable, bro. And you cut my legs off. You did that. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's what I think.
I don't know. That battle was fair and square. You was asking for it. Just say it. I'm just throwing it out there. You wanted to start some shit with me? You got your shit cut off. That's it. Bomb.
You want to be starting something? Want to be starting something?
I was like, in my heart, I'm like, what the hell? Like, you know, he just like stared at him like, does he see me? And he just ran away. Like, yeah. I was just like, what the hell just happened? Like, yo.
He said, does he see me?
Yeah, like he put, but he had his lightsaber out too. He ran away with his lightsaber out.
He said, does he see me?
He was acting like he was doing peekaboo and shit, like peekaboo. I see.
He was just like in shock, like, oh shit, like that's the girl I like, and she saw me and I ran away. Like,
oh my God.
I was trying to figure out what the hell is going on. Like,
all I know is when he was looking around, I know he was just basically like, boo. Like, fam, you have no ship. Where are you going? Like,
yeah.
Right at that point, but he that was nothing but fear, yo. Like, he knew his power was that much extraordinary. Like, that's pure hate.
Hate, yeah.
Darth Vader had. Oh, nothing but hate for you, for this one guy who showed him everything in the world how to be a better man. But you know what? I hate this guy now. Like, man, unbelievable, man. But like I said, man, this show is. I like where it's going, but this is where we get to the part. Matter of fact, before we do, guys, you got anything else you want to add? Anything else? Any particular episodes that kind of like, you know, made you say, Dirty, we heard you already.
Just today's episode.
Okay. No, like you said, I didn't understand, like, you know, like, I didn't understand the part where why he ran away because maybe he didn't want to face his demons at that time, or he like, you know, he didn't want to. So I kind of understand why he ran away, but
so you're talking about in a philosophical sense.
Yeah, no, like, he wasn't ready to face what he like, because he does blame himself for all of this at the same time. So you know, that's how I kind of you know, even though I felt like it was a bitch move, but still, like, you know what I mean?
You said it yourself.
Yeah.
Bro, but at the same time, you got to think about it. Like, I haven't trained in 10 years.
Yeah.
I am in
No,
I get it, but I said, he definitely wasn't ready to face his demons.
Absolutely.
Right. God knows he wasn't. It showed
the devil himself.
That he was ready to face his demons. Himself. You got to think about it. Like, he worked, he fed his horse or his ride for 10 years. All he did was watch over the son, young Skywalker, just to make sure everything's good. Like, yeah, he good. Okay. All right, gotta go. For 10, he did nothing. While on the other side, for 10 years, Darth Vader just got strong. Yeah. You guys forget. I don't know if you guys remember. He created everything. The ships, those robots. He created everything. That's all he did was create till it hurts. Till the moment is when I find Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah.
So that's his moment. That's Darth Vader's moment. Like, this is it. Like, what else do you need to conquer if you think about it, right? You're going to have the resistance. They're there, but you every time you meet one, you're kicking their butt. Look at Rogue One. He ran right through them real quick and said, all right, I'll just make another Death Star. Bastards. You know what I mean? Because that's what he does.
Right.
He creates war machines and creates death. If you know what I mean? So, I think this episode, the latest episode was good, but I think overall we're going to be in for a treat. If Boba Fett, we got in for a treat with those last 2 episodes, because God knows we needed it. Because, man, I was like, I'm not liking this.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. They needed a Mandalorian to come in there badly, No, they did. They did, man. I was over here I think I'm good. I think I'm good. So now we got to go to the ratings. Are we good or we got more?
No, we'll wait till we wait till.
Yeah, I think we could wait until the end of the.
2 more episodes.
So it's.
You don't want to do a halfway rating?
No, I don't want to do a halfway. Yeah. No.
You guys are gonna like my score.
30. You don't want to destroy the show yet, right? And AK, don't destroy it.
He has to give it a chance. He has to give it a chance until the end.
I got 2 more episodes to make my final decision.
Yeah.
Okay, man. Look, man, this, like I said, man, I think we're going to be in for a treat. I think if you notice the pattern so far, this is what it is. Right. The final 2 to 3 in every season of what we watch. It's just like
every final 2, every final 3 episodes. Yeah, they usually pick up.
It's like, man, like, it's funny because The Mandalorian was really good, right? But that final episode was like, whoa.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Got me joeyed up, So, yeah, man.
He got me joeyed up.
Got me joeyed up. You know what I mean?
From Blossom, bro. He's like, whoa.
Funny. So
yeah, look, but I thought you did a Home Alone face at first, and then I was like, wait a minute.
Oh, shoot. Hold on. Who stole it from who? Now y'all got me thinking. Who stole? Was it Joey stole it? Or did Macaulay Culkin steal it?
No, because I saw
I got it from Homer. Yeah.
And I was just like,
it is Homer.
Yeah, I got it from Homer. Yeah.
Yo, you're right, bro. I just noticed that. Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Joey, I thought you was a Blossom for real, fam. You just a thief. But anywho, so we're going to wait, as a squad, we're going to wait for the last 2 episodes. We'll come back within a couple of weeks to talk about that one, But in the meantime, let's get into these trailers, though. So what's first up, Oracle?
We have the Black Adam movie trailer that's out now, the newest one. My thoughts. Ooh. Rock looks good.
Oh, God.
He looks good. He looks
in front of your husband? In front of your husband.
That doesn't matter. He looks good. He looks great. I've always been a fan. So I've always loved The Rock.
He looks the same in every movie.
You look the same all the time.
You would think maybe he had like a prosthetic hairpiece or something.
You look the same all the time.
No, because
Arn looks the same all the time.
The character Black Adam has hair.
Okay, so you want to go through authenticity about it doesn't follow the comic book like by detail?
Doesn't have hair.
Doesn't have hair.
That's the only thing. He looks just like Black Adam, but in the comic book, but without hair.
Without hair.
So are you mad that he doesn't have hair?
I feel like this is Fast and Furious. Get superpowers.
Oh, come on, dude.
Why are you saying that? Why are you saying that?
No. I like The Rock. I love The Rock movies. I'm a big Rock fan.
Right, me too. I
think this is it. I think it will be good. I think this movie. I like the fact, like, in one part of the trailer that they were talking about heroes and villains. One of the heroes like, "Oh, we're supposed to be heroes. We don't kill." He goes, "But I do."
It's like, I kill people.
I kill people.
I do.
Well, in the comics, he's a villain though. Black Adam is a villain.
He is a villain.
Yeah. He's a full-fledged villain. Yeah,
he's a full-fledged villain.
Who is his anti?
Shazam.
Oh, Shazam.
Yep. That's his main.
Yeah,
that's
Shazam. That's like Shazam's main enemy.
But the thing is, I thought with Shazam, isn't there a part 2 coming out for Shazam?
Yeah, Shazam's
it's in the works though, right?
Yeah. Well, if you think about it now, right? So to a degree, like, he has to be in Shazam movie, in a Shazam. He has to be. Because if he doesn't, that's ruining the whole thing, because they got similar powers. That's their situation, you know? So I think the reason we didn't see Shazam for a long time is because of that. They had to switch it to meaner. Like Shazam, the first one was a little bit cute. It was cool, but a little bit too cute. You know, they probably said, "Yeah, I see Black Adam. Like, that dude looked like he's gonna wreak havoc on Earth. So you're gonna have to find a way to get the Shazam kids and Shazam to, like, really get it going and get a little bit upset here. You know, that's my theory, though. You know,
the trailer overall looks good. I look forward to watching it.
Yeah, it's coming out
for DC. It looks promising
in October, so that should be something exciting to see.
October 21st. I know King Kareem didn't fall asleep on this. All right, so you know, if I'm right, and I know you guys very well, we're definitely going to the movie theater to see. Correct?
Maybe.
Maybe. Why would you?
We'll see.
No, we going.
Are we going?
Okay. We're gonna see the.
Your wife said you're going to see Dwayne in the movie theater.
Why is that even a question?
Are you going to see Dwayne in the movie theater?
The question is not why, but the question is when. What are you saying? When we going?
Okay, so we're going. Look, what's the next one? What's the next trailer?
So next one is The Bullet Train. So this one is starring Brad Pitt, and it's really about. I think it's just like, when I first saw the trailer, I was just like, oh, Brad Pitt's in this? And then it was like very Asian inspired. So I was like, yo, this looks like very interesting.
Yeah, he's there to collect a briefcase. And then you have all these other villains coming to retrieve the briefcase from
him.
From the person that he's with.
Right.
So he's there. He was there to, like, kind of like, I guess he's like a bounty hunter. And I guess not all the other bounties are coming to get the briefcase. And he's just there to protect this briefcase.
Right.
It has this very Kill Bill kind of vibe to me.
Right. And that's why I like it. I'm glad you said that.
I love like Kill Bill. I love that vibe. But I don't know who the director is, though. I gotta see.
But this one, Bullet Train, is a remake of a Japanese movie.
It is.
Yeah.
See, I didn't know that.
The original is Japanese.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Here we go.
With the great martial art actor Sonny Chiba.
So now it's getting whitewashed with Brad Pitt. I'm just saying, just throwing it out.
I'll pass it now. I'll wait for it to go on. I'll stream it. I'm not.
No, I'm going to movie theater to see Brad Pitt movie. Brad Pitt does good movies when it comes to
Brad Pitt does good movies.
We'll see.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be unique, and I'm going to see it in theaters. I like what I see. Like, every time I see that movie, you know how it's gonna end. I mean, the trailer, you know how it's gonna end, but I want to see how it ends for me to say I'm right or ooh, that's a nice little twist. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he's gonna get the briefcase, right, guys? Like, we could just say it, like,
give
it to whoever you need. He's Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt.
Okay.
Right. You know, so it's gonna be interesting though. But I gotta go to theater to see it, man.
Is it their production company? Jennifer and
what the
Brad
one with
Pitt?
Jennifer?
Jennifer.
Is it?
I don't know.
I mean, they usually put their production company's pretty good. I mean, they go all out for their movies.
Oh, okay. I mean, shoot, why not? You know what I mean? But in this one, it doesn't show him as a producer at all. So who knows? But it looks good so far. Like everybody else, I think we're gonna wait for another trailer because Solo and matter of fact, I'm lying. It might not be another trailer. Just be ready in August. Yeah, like it comes out August 5th. Be ready in a few months. So one more movie, a trailer movie, and it's the Terminal List.
Oh, it's a series. That's a series. It's gonna be.
Is it a series?
Yeah.
Was that actor from again, guys?
Chris Pratt.
My
man, JP, Jurassic Park.
Yeah, man, we're gonna go see it tomorrow.
Jurassic Park, Guardian of the Galaxy,
Parks and Rec.
You know what's so funny? Like this time last year, he had the other movie come out at the same time around 4th of July. Mm-hmm. Like he's working with Prime, and I'm noticing the pattern with it.
The day after tomorrow.
The day after tomorrow, and I'm like, yo, that premiered July 1st last year on Prime, and I'm like, oh, so he has the Terminal List premiering on July 1st of this year. So I was just like, Chris Pratt, I see you.
I like that article. I see you. I didn't even notice that till you said it. Yeah, that's good stuff, y'all. And you know what's real? Like that's prime time blockbuster movie.
Yes.
That's that moment when you're saying, "Now I want that slot."
Right.
You know how hard it is to get that slot?
Yeah, that 4th of July weekend spot, like those slots, like Memorial Day weekend is a slot. A slot that Stranger Things was on, right? So they find these really huge, bank making slots. So Memorial Day, 4th of July weekend, like these movies are like they plan it the way they plan it. It's successful in their way. But I was just like, I saw it, like I saw the pattern. I was like, yo, my man, you had a movie last year that came out around the exact same day last year.
Talking about Stranger Things, I read an article today that they're still editing the final episode.
Ooh. Yep. They're still
making final edits.
They're still making final edits for July. So
for the final 2 episodes.
So they must be.
And it's a possible hint for season 5. Right?
There's a who?
A possible hint for season 5.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Don't tell.
Well, that's what it shows.
No, but it's supposed to be. There's supposed to be a prequel to everything.
No spinoffs.
Oh, a prequel.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like a prequel.
Ooh. Hey, Kareem, what you say?
No spinoffs.
I don't know. We'll have to find out.
If there was a spinoff, who would it follow? And don't tell me I love him.
Probably Dustin.
Dustin?
Yeah.
Why him?
Because he's the one like the tech guy.
Oh,
the tech
guy. He's the smartest, I guess, out of everyone.
So he's gonna probably. So what would it be though in your if you're creating the show? What would Dustin be fighting? Who's the antagonist?
Well, we won't know because if he's doing paranormal stuff, then it turns into Ghostbusters.
Oh, talk about Ghostbusters again. They said that there was another one. There's a sequel.
Yeah, they're making a sequel.
They're making a sequel to Afterlife.
Right.
Because I think it did so well the first time. I was like, oh, okay. So I guess there was a request for a part 2.
Man, that's interesting. And you know what? To piggyback on what the article said, it's funny talking about, blockbuster movies or shows in July. Stranger Things come out July 1st as well. The final 2 episodes.
Telling you, they're going for broke. They coming out in these power weekends, and this is where they're going to get the most, views because everybody's home, everybody's a holiday and things like that. That's the point of doing that. So the Stranger Things have been doing it every season. They've been coming out. They've been doing it, and it's been working. Been working. Been running that hill.
It's gonna be interesting. So look, before we go, anything else we gotta say before we? Well, no. We say we're waiting, right? We're gonna wait to give the ratings for Obi-Wan.
So we'll wait for Obi-Wan. We definitely have to talk about Top Gun in another episode.
I'm gonna go see Top Gun this week. I'm definitely.
You can go see it this week, right? Yeah. So we're gonna wait.
I'm behind schedule, man. I've been working. He's been
working like a slave. So.
Yeah, behind schedule. So I gotta see Doctor Strange. I got to see Top Gun. Now I got to see Jurassic Park.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That shit. You're not being able to keep up with all these movies.
Also, Ms. Marvel came out today too.
Yeah, Ms. Marvel. Before I was complaining that not enough coming, and now it's too much coming. So
they heard your prayers, bro.
They heard you, son.
Exactly.
They heard you bitching. I got
nothing to see. This guy complaining about his money's worth. Here you go.
I got nothing to see.
$2. Here you go. Here's all these extra shows for $2.
Here's the extra ones for you. Boom. There you go, buddy. Stop complaining.
Netflix had a whole library of stuff coming out too. Going on. They got Jamie Foxx got a movie coming out on there.
Yeah,
there's a bunch of stuff. I mean, there's a lot to watch right now. The Boys is out, Amazon Prime.
Yeah,
we'll get to that. Hold on.
Yeah, we got a lot to watch, a lot to see.
Yeah,
you definitely got to pay attention to those shows.
Absolutely. So look, Oracle, before we leave, just let them know where they can find us at, and that'll wrap it up.
Absolutely. So we're here. We're talking and keeping our options open because there are so many great shows and movies that are out for everybody to watch and enjoy. So do you guys have any recommendations for us to watch? Or if you have any recommendations for us to talk about any shows you think? So any suggestions, let us know on the show. Let us know on TikTok. Let us know on all the social media platforms and let us know. If you want us to talk about it or if you want to be a guest, let us know. Again, don't forget to follow, like, and share on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at 20Talk20. Again, we're here. We're on Anchor. We're on Spotify. We're on Apple Podcasts. We're on Google Podcasts. We're on Breaker Radio, Radio Public, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Amazon Music, and Castbox. Find us on all the platforms and tune into all new episodes premiering on Fridays. And you can check us out on YouTube as usual.
Look, at the end of the day, I'm your boy, Ern B.
This is Steph the Oracle.
It's your boy, Dre.
And King Karim.
And we will see you on the next episode. Take care, guys.